Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janelle Samora, and this is Scent Talk from my closet, the fragrance closet. On this channel, we go over all things fragrance. We cover niche perfume houses. We go into layering combos. We talk about dupes and clones of original fragrances, highlight indie perfume brands, all things fragrance. If that's something you're interested in, go ahead and continue watching. Consider hitting that subscription button and the bell so you'll be notified to new videos, because you never know which fragrance house or perfume topic we are going to cover next. So this week we are focusing on the house of Nobile 1942. They have some of the most exquisite perfumery that I have come in contact to in a while. I absolutely love an artisan brand, a brand who still works with their hands. These beauties are made in Italy, they're handmade. And so it just has that extra touch to it, and you can feel it, you can sense it and smell it in the quality of these fragrances. No joke. I've really been enjoying them. I do have a first impressions video on this discovery set here. It comes with 8 samples, and we've been going through the wear tests. Now, if anything comes to mind that it smells, or I research that it smells like another fragrance and I own it, I will definitely do a head-to-head wear test. So that's what we're doing in today's video. We are gonna compare Sandalo Nobile to Santal Blush by Tom Ford. Now, Santal Blush by Tom Ford is one of my fragrances, one of my favorites. This is a no-brainer, especially in the fall cool weather. But honestly, I don't mind that fragrance in heat. I did wear it to brunch not too long ago. It's one of the brunch girls. It's one of the brunch fragrances for me. I really do. I just love it. I love sandalwood centered fragrances. I'm also a fan of Santal 33, and then I also have Ajmal Santal, I believe it's called. I just have a little sample of it though, haven't given it a full day. Alright, so for this particular fragrance, it was released in the year 2016, and it is considered an amber woody fragrance. Now, each collection, now this is a different collection, we haven't reviewed this collection before. This one is called I Rigati collection. So what is that? Rigati means stripes. So on the box of the fragrance itself, it has stripes. And so the inspiration comes walking through the streets of Genova, where their laboratories are actually located. The stripes of the box of the Rigati eco-striped collection are the same that can be found on historical buildings in Genova, made of marble and slate. So that's, conceived on the basis of a new interpretation given by Novella 1942 of an ingredient or an accord. So there are 8 fragrances in this collection, and they're each of a different fragrance accord: aqua, ambra, fugeri, muscio, patchouli, and of course we have our sandalwood. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about what notes do we have in Sandalo Nobile. In this fragrance, we have saffron and cumin, fig tree, iris flower, sandalwood, siam benzoin, and some balsam, some Gurjan balsam. This fragrance is beautifully constructed. This fragrance is amazingly put together. Oh my gosh, it's this creamy, sweet smell that comes at just attacks your senses, but in the best way, honestly. Oh, it's just undeniably buttery as well. Like, I don't know if you're into wine. I'm not a wine connoisseur per se, but I always like to reference these types of buttery fragrances. I like to reference those wines that just coat your entire mouth and it feels like butter. I don't know if it's the Sauvignon, one of those wines I tried a few years ago, and I have not been able to find that wine again. If anybody can point me in the right direction of a beautiful buttery wine, I would, please let me know. Anyways, I smell that here. I smell that refinement, that butter. Oh, it's so unbelievable. Okay, so the fig tree and the iris in the mid, they really do create a very smooth transition into the mid of the wear, and it stays with it. The butteriness I don't feel goes away. I do get to enjoy the sandalwood feel, and this, oh, I'm not even sure, it's just so good. I do get to enjoy the buttery feel. The spices, the saffron and the cumin, they're not overtaken. They're just merely supporting characters here. They're definitely not in the forefront of this fragrance, unlike Santal blush. I'll get into that in a second. So this sandalwood is very, very creamy. So not only do we have the buttery, beautiful opening, you know, the iris flower here is apparently very nice and buttery, and the fig tree is a little green. It's a tad bit green. Normally fig reminds me of mango, and in this fragrance the fig is reminding me, especially when we get to the dry down, of coconut. Now I get it. I finally get it. There was a few fragrances recently that had fig in them that people were like, oh, I can smell coconut, you know. I'm just like, I cannot. Well, I do definitely get that coconut in this fragrance in the dry down. Oh, and it has to be attributed here to this really buttery iris flower. I don't get some reviews are talking about how this is powdery. I don't get powdery, and I'm happy. I would not like a very powdery feel here. If there's any at all, it's a light dusting, just like the cinnamon in La Danza Le Belule. I believe that's how you say it. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. The fig, the iris, this little coconut air, it gives it a fresh feeling to where you could wear it, I feel, year round. I feel like this is a very versatile fig sandalwood fragrance. I do. So yes, that's what I'm getting from this Sandalo Nobile. I am loving it. You don't need a whole lot of this fragrance to get your point across. I wanted to savor it. I would have normally done about 6 sprays. I did 3. That was it. 1, 2, 3 on my shoulder, on my neck, and then right here. That was it, because I wanted to savor it. And I did do my patch test last night as well. So, and I fell in love with it. But here's the deal. Let's compare it to Santal blush, because that is another love of mine. And I'm like, whoa, did Sandalo Nobile just knock Santal blush off its pedestal for me in the sandalwood realm? Not really. I'll tell you why. Okay, so here comes Tom Ford Santal blush. In Santal blush, we have top notes of spices, cinnamon, caraway, fenugreek, carrot seeds. We have ylang-ylang, jasmine and rose, sandalwood, benzoin, Virginia cedar, and musk. What else? We have agarwood as well. We have some oud in here, but it definitely does not come out at me to where I cannot tolerate this fragrance. It is blended masterfully. This is a gorgeous fragrance. Tom Ford Santal blush. If you've not got your nose on this is an older formulation. The newer, I believe it's a 2021 bottle that they came out with, is a clear bottle. I'll put a picture here for you guys. It's no longer brown, dark brown like this, so it's a clear bottle. And they say, you know, that I believe that it is a lighter feel to that fragrance. Now, I was reading and researching that this has been discontinued, or it will be, not completely, but it's going to make its way back in a different format. So people are like, oh, I hope it comes back, you know, to its original spicy glory. So here's the deal with this, that I always pictured this fragrance as being that wonderful, but having that buttery kick to it. And it honestly was almost gone compared to the Sandalo. Man, it was, since this one was so buttery and creamy smooth, it really made the spices in Santal blush stick out. It really did. I mean, they just stuck out like a sore thumb. I was like, oh, there you are. You're spicy. Not I don't mind it at all. This is amazing. This is an amazing fragrance. When it first comes out at you, you really do feel like, ooh, this is really, really manly. This smells like a man, you know? To me, anyways, it has to be them spices here in the top. But it eventually just kind of tapers down, and that sandalwood and that buttery feel I'm telling you that I get from Santal blush does come out. But it was hard to detect it today having this other beautiful buttery gem on my left side. So I'll say that right off the bat, that was the difference that I found. I don't feel like you could get away with Santal blush in the heat, like in the really high heat. You can't. Whereas this fragrance with the fig tree and the iris, that's where it sets itself apart. You can wear this in heat, mild heat, not high heat, but you can. Whereas the Santal blush, honestly, strictly winter fall fragrance in my opinion. Yes, I wore it to brunch not too long ago, but I wouldn't wear it in the high heat. It shines in the wintertime. So that's Santal blush. It also smells very, very holiday. Maybe because of this Virginia cedar really takes you there, kind of towards, you know, leaning towards the trees somehow. Oh, but I love it. I do love it. And it does, if you put your nose directly to it, you're going to get the spices really, really strong. But when it wafts at you, when you're wearing it, you can smell that background of a little bit of, I'm telling you, like a buttery feel. So that was the difference there as far as the fragrance was concerned. They both had a moderate wear. They give a good Santal on skin a good 6 hours, but it does last the full day on clothes. I mean full day on clothes. I was not wearing this today, but yes, it was still on my scrubs. And then on my left side here, the Novella was a little lighter. So I would give the Santal blush being slightly stronger. Maybe it's the cedar and all that, right? That's really, really, really strong. Also, possibly because I didn't spray too much. That's the other thing. When I actually spray this Sandalo, then I'm pretty sure it's going to be strong on the clothes, strong on the skin. You know, but I don't see it going more than a good 8 hours on skin either way. For this scent profile, I think that's really good. Really, really good. Enjoyed it all day long, both sides. Loved it. Love this fragrance. This is a great, great fragrance. So, price point for this bottle, I believe it goes for $200 if I'm not mistaken. I don't believe I could find it for any less than that for 75 mLs. You can find it on Lucky Scent. I didn't find a travel size either, and it's actually out of stock on the Italian website. So for the Santal blush, you're going to get you're going to get 50 mLs for $175, which puts the price per ml at about $3.30 versus your Sandalo Nobile. Your $200 for 75 mLs is going to get you at about a 2 point something, you know, 260 maybe. I can't remember the math, but yeah. So it is better on price point per ml, the Sandalo. So make up your minds on this fragrance being your budget or your scent preferences. Do I think that you could comfortably accommodate both of these fragrances in your collection? Yes, they are different enough. They are. They are. This one, you know, being with that spiciness that the Novella does not have, and also the smooth, buttery fig tree, you know, iris smell that you get from the Sandalo. You're not going to find that in the Tom Ford. You're just not. Wonderful, wonderful fragrant day. I absolutely had a blast with it. It is a really, really, really cold where I work, so I have no problems wearing things like this these days unless I'm walking in the car and choking myself out. But anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in yet to another one of these reviews. I do have a couple more, I believe, that we can wear test, and then as as we've started, we're going to do a hits and miss video for this house as well. All right, well, thank you guys so much. You'll have a blessed rest of your day and your evening or your night, and you stay safe. Thanks. Bye-bye.